to you first, to my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the yellow trunks. He weighed in at 247 pounds. He has a record of 42 wins, only 4 losses, 34 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is rated in the top 15 of the WBO from Houston, Texas, Lou Savarese. And his opponent, to my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 245 pounds. He's wearing the black and white trunks with a stellar record of 55 wins, 11 losses, 1 draw, 38 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is a 2-time former world heavyweight champion and number 9 on the IBF ratings list. From the mean streets of Philadelphia, he is Terrible Tim Witherspoon. And to referee and man in charge, John Shorley.
One corner. One corner.
Okay, guys, the WBO title. Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now. Come on, fight, get the bugger left.
Take a look at the ABC rules. They are as they were in the first fight. No 3 knockdown rule, no standing 8 count. A fighter can't be saved with a bell in any round. The headbutt rule, 4 rounds.
In our previous fight, which featured 2 terrific bantamweights, the ring seemed very large. It has certainly shrunk in size as I look at these 2 behemoths in it.
And the other thing to point out, Rich, and this is something Tim Witherspoon, as long as I can remember him, he's done this. He's come in stone cold again. Not a bead of perspiration on him.
Great, thanks. Ready?
And I don't know how well warmed up Savarese is either. He's not exactly sweating over there. Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. Each of these guys has a big punch, and each guy could get the other guy out with 1 big shot.
Yeah, this is a case, I think, of who is right tonight. Sean, what do you think?
Well, you know what? Savarese was warming up in the back. I could hear him hitting the pads before this fight began. So I know he's got a little bit of exercise in. For Tim, sometimes he comes in bone dry and he still knocks these guys out.
Yeah, he does.
So, yeah, I don't know. Look at that right hand.
Oh, that was a big one and it hurt Savarese.
A tremendous shot, and Savarese really felt that. He looked for a moment like he was just going to go down.
Yes,
he was frozen. It was that right hand, the famous right of Tim Witherspoon.
But he did show some resiliency, being able to stay up from that shot. It's experience talking, but that hurt. You can see it written on the face. It's manifest on Savarese.
Savarese comes back himself.
When you take a big shot like that, you've got to give one back quickly.
That was a huge shot by Witherspoon.
So forget about the feeling out process.
Or coming in having broken a sweat.
I think they're listening, just trying to counteract everything we say.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that. I tell you what, Tim Witherspoon has incredible power. Not many fighters have that one-punch KO power like he has. He turns it over and he puts everything into that one shot.
Quite frankly, I mean, this was a guy that I always thought just had terrific skills.
Yep.
Surrounded himself with some pretty bad folk when he was really in what you would call his prime. And I don't really believe he ever attained what he probably could have. Now he's got the right people and the right attitude. Now is age going to be a factor against him?
Experience is a great teacher. Unfortunately, experience is wasted on the people who are at the end of their career. They're on the age. As they say, youth is wasted on the young.
That's right.
Savarese backs out of there. Savarese has pretty good boxing skills and that strong punch with the right hand. He has knocked out Buster Mathis with it. He has knocked out Buster Douglas with it. And he gave George Foreman a terrific fight in which he barely lost, a close split decision when Foreman was champion.
Former New York Golden Glove champion, has been around the game of boxing for a long time. Beat Alex Stewart in the amateur ranks before turning pro back in 1989. He is a terrific fighter. He's got great skills. But you know what? If you get hit in the chin with big right hands like he's getting hit with, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, you know, and he had that inexplicable flop against Tyson a couple of years ago, in which he was stopped in 38 seconds in the first round, and everybody wrote him off at that point. And he wants to bounce back and say that he's still alive.
Well, he almost got stopped in the first 38 seconds of this fight.
Right. That's why it's imperative for him to win tonight. For both of these guys, it's must-win TV.
You've been working on that one?
God. He's been waiting all week to say it.
Yeah, that's right. Enjoys boxing more. Across the ring, Tim Witherspoon, as he gets ready to come in out here for round 2. Witherspoon, quite a veteran, great right hand. I guess you'll just never lose that. Well, and the old baseball player got hit by a pitch in the first round. You know the thing about Witherspoon's right, you don't expect it to come over the top like that. He kind of ducks down, and he doesn't, you know, and Sean can explain really how, when guys throw right crosses, they throw them from the shoulder, they throw them straight, but this guy, Witherspoon, comes out of nowhere over the top.
He does a nice job of turning it over. You're taught to pronate the blow. Right at the point of impact, you turn your thumb up, and then you turn it down. Right at the point of impact. Adds a little bit more force to it, and Tim certainly has that. He turns it over. That's why you hear these coaches saying, turn it over. What they're saying is put your thumb up and your thumb down. Good uppercut. Savarese has great power himself.
I got you.
And he is also carrying that left hand higher now.
Savarese hasn't fought in about 10 months. Last fought David Bostis, won a 12-round decision. That was in November last year. Yeah, and before that, he fought Tom Glasby and knocked him out, and he knocked out journeyman Marcus Rody before that. So he's stepped it up a little bit in each fight, and fighting increasingly better competition once again as he tries to climb back up the ladder.
The same David Bostis that got knocked out in the first round by Tim Witherspoon. David felt that power.
The only guy who's beaten Witherspoon over the last 3 years or so was Monty Barrett, and that was a split decision. So really, he's done very well. And Dan Grusin has promoted him very well and has gotten him back into the mix.
Well, the last thing any fighter loses is his punching power. First thing he goes is speed. But Tim still has good speed. The last thing he loses is that power. Tim will retain that for the rest of his life.
Not a bad three-punch combination by Savarese there. Guys this big, you expect every punch to be a knockout punch. There was a right hand by Savarese. That causes Witherspoon to cover up. The old mongoose. Now, Savarese really having a great round here. And he's got Witherspoon back on his heels. Witherspoon backing up. Oh, boy. Tim could have, Lou could have thrown that right hand, and for some reason he allowed Witherspoon to back off. Witherspoon really covering up here. He could be in some trouble. He is in some trouble. Another right hand to the head, and another. And a left to the top of the head. Witherspoon trying to fight off the ropes, but I think he's still hurt.
He is hurt. Look at him backing up. You got to keep him up, man.
Savarese trying to finish things, but Witherspoon's going to survive the round. Witherspoon back right into his corner where he could get on that stool right away. But they didn't get the stool in there very quickly. They just now get it in. Nice round. Watch the straight right hand from Lou Savarese. There it is. It got through the gloves of Tim Witherspoon, and he followed it up and went to the body after that, and then really put on a tremendous arsenal and offensive that Witherspoon really did not respond to the rest of the round. No, he did not, and now it's going to be interesting to see. He didn't look real sharp between rounds either, so let's see what Witherspoon's got here and how he chooses to fight this third round. Going to the body. Savarese Savarese said that he knew that Witherspoon would try to take him out early in the fight, and that he had to get it, he thought, into the later round, take him out to deep water, and let those 44 years work against Witherspoon later on. And right now, he's looking like a 44-year-old guy. You can always allow, I guess, for the fact that he might be playing possum, but I don't know. Good right hand again by Savarese, and again Witherspoon backs up. Sean O'Grady's in the corner of Lou Savarese. They gotta like what they're seeing, Sean.
Oh yeah, Barry, they like what they're seeing, but a very busy corner over here. A lot of instructions. What are you telling him, Bob Spagnolia?
Well, I'm not in the corner. He's got Bobby Benton in the corner giving him his instructions, but we work very hard. Listen, well, we want him to walk to him with the jab, keep his hands up, and get through these early rounds. Witherspoon's not the fighter that he was, and those right hands to the body are going to pay us dividends.
Anybody in the corner suspect that he is playing possum right now?
Well, you know, he used to punch when his opponent was punching. I'm talking about Witherspoon when he was younger, but he doesn't so much anymore. He waits for you, and he's very tough off the breaks because he's a veteran fighter. He's a very smart fighter.
So is Lou.
Yeah, absolutely. No, listen, Lou ain't no kid in this. You know, listen, he's very well prepared.
How did he weather that storm in that first round? Man, he got fried.
Listen, this guy, and Witherspoon also hit us with some real good shots to the body, too. Lou is fabulously conditioned. He's a hard worker. He pays the price, and, you know, hopefully it'll pay dividends for us.
We were talking about Witherspoon's experience. Lou's got some great experience, too. He's using it now, guys. How about that?
Well, this fight really going back and forth here. And Witherspoon starting to jab in this round and trying to get back into the fight that way. And I think he's trying to lure Savarese into a mistake where he can throw that overhand right. He's getting down low again. Well, Bob Spagnola made a pretty good point that Witherspoon likes to punch when you punch. When I see Witherspoon start to duck down that way, I start looking for that right hand.
Yeah.
Third round, Witherspoon trying to go to the body. Barry Tompkins with the champ, Sean O'Grady. We're at Table Mountain Casino in Friant, California, just up the road from Fresno in the beautiful San Joaquin Valley. And this is our main event. It is for the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. And what that really means is you win this one, you might have a shot at a real title. Well, Lou Savarese, Tim Witherspoon. Yeah, and promoter Dan Grusin has been in touch with Peter Cole, who represents both of the Klitschko brothers, to try to get the winner of this fight in the ring with either of the Klitschkos. In any event, I think the winner of this fight should be able to command a fight with a top 10 guy and get themselves, you know, into the mix. Looking into Witherspoon's corner between rounds, he didn't really look on top of it to me. I don't want to read too much into that because he's a guy who's very crafty. Yeah, and he usually has kind of a passive look, and he has that poker face in the ring, so it's hard to read into his expression. Savarese really looks in good condition. He does. Looking at his body, I've seen it look a lot worse than in this fight. And even you take a look at Witherspoon, he's 8 pounds less than what he weighed for his last fight with Ahmed Abdin. He's never been what you'd call a real cut guy. No. Both these guys worked hard for this fight. Now he goes to the Larry Holmes School of Body Sculpting. As we saw in the Vargas de la Hoya fight, it's not a physique contest. Shot to the body seemed to get Witherspoon almost doubled over. Savarese really felt if he got this into the second half of the fight that it would be his fight. Looks to me like those body shots are really doing a little bit of damage here. Scheduled for 12 rounds. We're in round 4. You heard Savarese earlier talking to Sean O'Grady during our first fight about the fact that he had a game plan, and it appears that he does. Savarese is pushing Witherspoon back and really eating him up with the jab. And man, I tell you, Witherspoon felt that one right down to his feet. Savarese is quicker and just doing more early in the fight, even though his plan was to take Witherspoon into the later rounds and then open up. This is the end of round 4. Savarese in the last minute really ate up Tim Witherspoon with jabs, and he set it up for one big right, which forced Witherspoon back to the ropes. And now Witherspoon trying to change the momentum of the fight by getting Savarese backing up. And Tim suddenly comes to life, and hadn't been so since that right hand early in the fight. Got the cross-handed style of defense that was favored. Why is that by guys who get old and in their older years, in their 40s? George Foreman, Archie Moore. Of course, Mike Tyson used it fairly early in his career, or a similar form of that. Savarese has not done as much business here in the first minute of the round as he did in the last minute of the last round. Witherspoon just kind of following Savarese around, not doing a whole lot. Savarese almost taking the round off so far after the kind of pace that he had in the last round, talking to Witherspoon a little bit. Witherspoon nodding his head in agreement to whatever's said. There's a right hand, down goes Witherspoon. Right on the top of the head.
4, 5.
Witherspoon looked over at Savarese and winked at him and nodded.
You ready?
Like, good shot, Lou.
Ready?
Let's see if Savarese can close the show. And he's ready to go again. Witherspoon covering up. Body shot and a good one. Witherspoon is in big trouble. 13 seconds now, 10 seconds to go in the round. Witherspoon covering up. And he's not punching back. John Shorty watching. And that's it. And the career of Lou Savarese unbelievably revived again. Well, I mean, he earned this one. He went out and took this fight. Nearly knocked down in the first round by a terrific right from Tim Witherspoon. Took it over, and Witherspoon seemed to age by the round. Really didn't do much after that big shot in the first round. And due credit to Lou Savarese. There was nothing fluke about it. He went out, he took the fight to Witherspoon, dropped him with a right to the, up on the brow, maybe on the forehead. And Witherspoon never recovered. Got into the corner, did not fight back, and that's what caused the referee to stop the fight. Well stopped. And certainly the best that Lou Savarese has looked since back in '98 when he put together back-to-back wins over Buster Douglas and then Lance Whitaker after that. Well, he's a happy guy, and he just seemed unable to answer once Lou Savarese took over and established the pattern of this fight. Savarese did a great job with the jab, by the way. In the end, everybody will look at the power he showed, but he set up a lot in this fight with his jab. All right, we'll take a look at the action once again. At this point, Savarese had command of the fight and landed a right hand up top of the head
Not your knockout blow, but the kind that'll make a guy dizzy and disorient him and can knock it down. There you see, top side of the head. Powerful enough to put Witherspoon down.
That's the Shinzen Japanese Garden. That is right up near where we are in Friant, California, about a half-hour northeast of Fresno. And our main event is in the books. We said it was going to be whoever was right, and the man who was right tonight was Lou Savarese. Let's make it official. Here's Amy Hay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time. Referee John Shorley calls a halt to action. 2 minutes, 42 seconds into round number 5. Your winner by TKO and new WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Lou Savarese.
Found some new fans out here in Friant.
Absolutely, and one of them is Tim Witherspoon.